Hi guys, Chris here with Cloud Frequency. I am going to show you how to build a quick Hello World HTTP server with Node.js. This tutorial assumes that you already have Node installed on your machine. I typically use NVM, Node Version Manager. I'll put the link on there. And I'm using Node 7.3 right now. I can show you that with Node version, and it shows 7.3. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create an index file that'll house the server, and that will be the server that'll respond to the request that we're sending in. So let me just create that file really quick. So I use a touch command in bash, and I can hit the ls. It shows it's there. And now you can see in my editor, it's actually popped up right here as well. So I'll just require the HTTP module and set it to the variable HTTP right here, and we'll require the HTTP module. Now I'm going to create a server with the HTTP module. I hate saying HTTP. It's really, I say HTTP. Server, and our first argument is actually a callback function. So the first thing we'll get is the request. The second thing we'll get is the response. So I'll use a fat arrow function from the ESNext syntax, and I will do res.end, terminating the function or the response itself. Actually, I'll just make it shorthand here, and we will say hello. Now that we've got the function, we're going to set that to a server variable right there. So now we have access to it. Now the server has to listen. So we'll take the server variable right here, and then we will listen. And its first argument is the port that it'll be listening on. So I tend to take this off of the process right there, and we will send a function. And the argument there is the error. Now, we want to know if there is an error when we boot this thing up. So if there's an error, well, actually, you know what? We'll just stop the process. We will log it out, the error message. And then down below, we'll actually log out that the server is running. So we can say, API is running at this address. Just listening on all interfaces here. And we'll actually interpolate that variable here. Say process env.port. And we'll use the new string template literals, and that allows me to parse out the variables inside of the string. So that should get us going. Here I'm going to go back over to my terminal. I'm going to set the port that I'm running on, 1337, and I'm going to use the node command, passing in the index file, booting it up, and now it's running right there. So now I'm going to hit split my terminals here, and I will say curl the address that we have there. There we go. So now we're responding to requests. We can change that out. We can say hello world. fire it. Oh, hey, look, it didn't respond. Why is that? Well, with Node, it's a single-threaded process. So what we need to do is we need to reboot it because it's not going to reuptake that change. So there we go. Right. Let's clear that out, clear this out. But we want to actually respond with JSON. So what we're going to do is we're going to terminate this. And now I've got a snippet of code that I'm going to paste in here. And what we did here is we took the response and we added the header, which is the application JSON. And the first argument is the response code, 200, success. So now we're still going to terminate that function, but now we're going to stringify the response that we have. And I'm just passing in a JSON object right here. I can make this a little clearer right here. And we can call that data. And we'll set data right here. Data equals that. It's better. So now we've got our data object right here in JSON. Got the head that we're going to write for our headers. And we're going to terminate it with a stringified data object right here. As you can see right here, I've required the OS module, and I'm using the hostname method to pull out the hostname of the computer or server it's running on. So I'm just going to reboot this process here. That, and now it's running. Curl it, and boom, there we go. That is what we got. That's our JSON, and you can see my hostname. Same as that right there. Works out pretty well. So now we can demonstrate this using PAW. Now PAW is a pretty cool little HTTP client that I use for hitting URLs and testing stuff out. Typically when I'm building like REST APIs or something like that. So we'll pass in the URL that we're trying to hit right here with a GET request. And here down at the bottom we can see that there's the curl request that we would have normally run right there. And we run that across and we can see that now we've got our JSON response right there, and we've got our headers here that we want. So it's application JSON and it's a 200. If we look at the raw response, this is everything that we gave it. So there you go. There's our hello world with Node.js. And in our next screencast, I'm going to Dockerize this. Have a good day, guys.